Keep it gay, keep it gay, keep it gay. Keep it gay, keep it gay, keep it gay.
Do you know the best night I've had in the last 5 years is a night that Zoe and I split a bottle of wine, we made a summer salad, and watched chocolat together?
You mean chocolate?
Chocolat.
Chocolate with Johnny Depp.
They say great art is difficult to understand, but easy to enjoy.
Hey, Beavis. It's hard, but it's not like hard.
Yeah.
Good evening, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever, whatever, however you all are. Welcome to Clobby's Comic Shop, issue number 57. Gentlemen, how are you dudes? Good to see you all dropping in on here. I love to see it. Apologies for the lateness. For those of you who are not on Twix, I will explain. Nothing really bad happened. Actually, nothing bad at all happened. It was simple stuff, really. But, you know, you should still know because why not? So it's that family party, and there was Puerto Rican rice. And when there's Puerto Rican rice, you don't say no. That's it. There's no questions. There's no ifs, ands, buts. It doesn't matter if you ate. It doesn't matter if you're gay. It doesn't matter if you're gay with hay. You got to have the rice. Otherwise, you're like a freaking fed or something, and there's something wrong with you, and you should be kicked out and have the shit whooped out of you. Wasn't the case, but I had that rice. It's great. It's fantastic. It was awesome. It was awesome. So yeah, we'll definitely, when Casa gets here too, we'll talk a little Transformers. And yes, we'll, even though it's not comics, but there's some comics lore to them loosely. We'll definitely get into the Megadeth situation as well. But see a lot of you dropping in on here. I love it. Of course, I see Vince and Depot rocking it on Rumble. Thank you, dudes, for holding the fort down there. I'm going to post that Rumble link on YouTube. So for those who like to have it both ways, you can do that. Let's acknowledge our YouTube chat. Vince, Keely Chow, Debo, Jonathan Conroy, Subhuman, just another red shirt. My friend, just another red shirt. Subhuman 84, Penny, Stephen M, Kel L, how's it going? Nice to see you, Steve Mitchum. Yo, dude. Nice to see you guys. No, seriously, it's good to see you guys here. I love to see it happen, and I'm happy. It's Saturday night, and we're gonna enjoy Saturday night. I'm getting my Knob Creek started. I waited, and it feels so right to finally have some Knob Creek with the boys. I mean, we're basically, it's that Kenny Loggins song about playing with the boys. Oh, dude, I can't wait for Rook Exodus to return in October. I mean, Jason Fabek's art in that book is rocking good, man. That dude is killer. I can't wait. I cannot freaking wait for that to start. So I'm pumped. This week was good. Aquaman was killer. 8 issues in. Aquaman has been great. Conan the Barbarian at 23 issues has been freaking awesome. Transformers number 23 to my left was freaking awesome too. I am really happy that we're having such killer books. Obviously, next week, heads up, we'll be talking The Horseman number 1 as well. And that will be that'll be very fun to talk about as well. So if you guys were here from when we did the Great War Separation issue 2 show, it'll be kind of like that, except for The Horseman. So that is next Saturday. And see, Pablo is arriving as well. What's up, dude?
Howdy ho!
Yeah.
What's up, brother? I didn't forget to get a drink this time. I can only drink things like orange juice. So
okay, I'll make up for you.
Dude,
It'll be good.
I'm like 2 months afar from alcohol. So, but this week I have eaten beef.
How was it?
God damn it, I have missed that flavor so. Oh, you have no idea.
I
So it
don't.
was.
I believe you, but tell me.
It was just a slab of meat with salt, and at the end, a bunch of pepper.
Uh
So
huh.
no other seasoning, nothing else, just to taste the flavor of the beef,
Mm-hmm.
and it was absolutely fantastic. Is it was heaven. It was just heaven. That flavor, that amount uh, of umami is just absolutely fantastic. And then because I tolerated that slab of meat that didn't have any fat, we purchased a piece of it's called cupin. It's a cut of the cebu, of those big cows that have kind of hunchback.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hunchback is a piece of meat that is actually really tasty. So that just
Oh.
salt, pepper, and straight to the oven for 2 hours.
Uh huh.
God damn, man, that was tasty.
It
That was
sounds tasty.
incredible. It lasted for 2 more days, so in total was 3 days of just eating meat, and I was in heaven. I was absolutely in heaven, man.
That sounds heavenly, dude. I'm so happy to hear that, man. I'm glad. It's about bloody time, dude.
Yeah,
Seriously, it was overdue for you. It really was. And D-Butt, it wasn't Orangina in his hands. But however, JT Kirk's in the
is
chat,
focus.
and he says he's getting to Kale's beds, and then he's gonna have a nice tall glass of Orangina. So if you're out there and you got it, it ain't just about the alcohol. If you got Orangina, drink your Orangina too, because in this corner, we're all about Orangina as well.
Wait, is Orangina similar to? Is it a fizzy drink like
This is a real
a
drink.
soda?
It's the fact that you look at the bottle and it looks like it says Orangina.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Here in Ecuador, there's something called Orangine. That the lettering and everything is quite similar. Instead of an A at the end, is an E.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's but everything else is similar. So it's like a soda pop.
yeah, yeah. But
Okay,
for us,
then
it's
it's the
straight
same.
orange juice. For us, it's straight orange juice. For us, it's orange juice.
Oh,
You got soda pop version, but we got the orange juice version. And the fact
okay.
that, like, when I used to say, "Oh, okay, Orangina," and then one day an old lady at my employer, she's like, "It looks like it says Orangina on it," and I have not been able to look at it the same way since that old lady said that. So there's something about when an old lady says a raunchy joke, it hits differently. It really does. And
There's a line on one of Tim Minchin's songs that he says, some people say that women using lipstick is to resemble a happy vagina, since then I cannot see my grey down to the eyes. This is quite
that's
similar.
fucking funny. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, if you haven't heard Tim Minchin, he has a song that is called Inflatable You. That is a love song. Dude, it's a love song for a blow up doll.
Whoa!
It's great. Actually, it's great. It's a blast.
Wow! You be like in grandma's one, right? Yeah, right. Oh, what's up, Conan? What's up, Mike? As bad nieces. I'm all about pinkagina myself. Okay, so he's a pinkagina type. Okay, we love different colors for our ginas here. Some like orangina, some like pinkagina.
Well, as long as you don't go with the yellow gina, you know.
Oh, Jello Gina. What?
China.
Jello Gina. I have no idea that there's a. That's like.
Man,
like,
that's just Trump's favorite word, China.
China. China.
Some people
It
will get
came
the joke,
from
some people will
China.
hate me for it.
Oh, what's up, student of God? How you doing, dude? AK, ha 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 ha. Seriously. The Orangina thing, it's lore that dates back to I think it was the Transporter episode or Crank of Toxic Tuesday. D-Bud or Vince, if you remember, let me know which episode, but it was one of those ones. That's where the whole Orangina thing started. I don't know how it started, but Orangina just somehow slipped in through the cracks and it cemented itself as part of Nick Weiser.
Wording?
I don't know. That's up for debate. That's for sure. Oh, when we get to talk about Transformers, I'm only at issue 16. So if we're talking anything more recent, sounds good, man. No, you will get a heads up. Trust me. You will know. We will not spoil the greatness of Transformers because I want you, sir, to catch up. I want you to be all the way in, all the way in. But however, got a nice good old crowd of 15 here. We'll just get it going. We're going to talk about a band. And a band that actually kind of has I'd say a bit of a loose sense of comic book history. Now, one of their songs has been speculated to have been written about a certain Frank Castle with a title called Holy Wars, The Punishment Due. They're kind of big in Latin America, kind of a very big deal in Latin America. They've also had some varying covers that have been homage covers to their album covers. And they have decided to call it a day. Well, they're calling it a day, present tense. I think you know what I'm talking
But
about,
they have a
Pablo.
tour left, right?
They're going to do a big old world tour coming
Yeah,
up
I saw
and
that
one last
announcement.
album. My guess it'll be like a year and a half to 2 years. They'll do like a 1 or 2 rounds of America. They'll do the European round. They'll do Asian market. If there's one market that they do twice, it will most definitely be Latin America because between Argentina, Brazil, like Latin America loves Megadeth. Like
Dude,
a lot.
if they come back to normally they will go to Guayaquil, that is another city. That
Okay.
is basically an oven. Is on the coast, so is hot all day. Is terrible, but I have gone to a couple of concerts there. Later, I will tell you a story about Guayaquil, but they have also come to Quito a couple of times. So if they
Oh,
come to
okay.
Quito again, I'll be there. I
Yeah, no, you
absolutely be
should
there.
definitely go. If you have an opportunity to go, you should definitely go. So Daniel Warren Johnson, who currently writes Transformers, who's got 1 issue left, he did a killer miniseries. This was back in 2017 and 18. There was 8 issues, I think, called Murder Falcon. And each variant cover was a homage to albums that he loved. There was one he did that was for Motley Crue. There's one for the Beatles. There's one for Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power, Juice Priest, Painkiller. Obviously, here, this is a homage to Megadeth, Rust in Peace. And what's up, Tetrarch of Apathy? And I will get out the actual Rust in Peace cover because I want you to see the magicalness because Megadeth always had killer art. Basically, like with their covers, it was like they treated artists like it was a very serious thing for them. Like, hey, we gotta make sure this has killer art. This is stuff that you'd had on a shirt, on a flag, on a poster. It's something you like if you owned it as a drawing or painting. It's one of those things where you would take a lot of pride in it, type of deal. It's one of those amazing pieces of bodies of work. And I'm going to get a cover of Rust in Peace up so we can we're going to admire some great Ed Repka art right now because why not? So let's admire some art porn. Art porn here. All right, dudes. Try to keep it in your pants, but we're gonna look at some delicious art. I mean, there's the original cover for Megadeth, Rust in Peace. Bro, look at that cover from 1990 right there, man. Oh,
Man, but they have had killer covers even for the remaster albums. That's something
yes.
that I'm a bit sad of some of the new Iron Maiden remastered albums because it's just a black cover with the title and that's it. And I'm like, where's Eddie? Where the fuck's Eddie? No, Megadeth has had some killer covers for the remastered albums.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm. No,
man,
I
I
love
love
their
that
art,
stuff.
and I love how they always took this type of thing seriously with all these killer covers. So many times have we had great covers, and I know Dave Mustaine was. I think he was definitely into the Punisher a lot. He's definitely worn a few of those shirts, and he's always had guys who were very art driven. And Rust in Peace is just what a cover. You watch Razor Fist's video about thrash metal? Oh, absolutely. I did watch it. I watched it a few times. All the bands he mentioned were bands that I know, love, and I've seen, I think, half of them. He mentioned Sodom. He mentioned Forbidden. Um, who else he mentioned? Heathen. Um, Atrophy. I've seen Sodom, Forbidden, and Atrophy. I've not seen Heathen. And there was another one. Oh, Razor. I've seen Razor. So I've seen more than half of them. But yeah, it was a killer video, dude. Obviously, he absolutely nailed it. What was cool about his video is like, yeah, obviously, I'm a big fan of Megadeth, but it goes to show you like how deep the pool of thrash metal goes because there's stuff in Arizona, where he's from. There's stuff in the UK, like Onslaught. There's stuff in Canada, Razor, who was on his video. He has stuff out of the Bay Area with Forbidden. Germany, Sodom. Would Germany could go the Teutonic Four, Creator, Sodom, Destruction, and Tankard. Tankard has one of the best thrash anthems called Die with a Beer in Your Hand. Remember those words, die with a beer in your hand. I mean, once you hear that song, you're never going to forget it. It don't matter if you're freaking at a party at 4 a.m. drunk off your ass. It don't matter if you're on your way to work. It don't matter if you're having a bad day. Those words "die with a beer in your hand" are just gonna pop up. It's gonna be great. What do you want me to DM you later? Remind me, and I'll do it. Tornado Soul. Tornado Soul. What's up, Pete and Cat? Great tune. I don't know if it's my favorite one, but hey, if you find it great, that's good that you do, man. It's a killer track. I mean, obviously, it's got great killer solos from Mustaine and Marty Friedman. Obviously, an incredible guitarist. I mean, Marty Friedman was a freaking machine. But come on, admiring some of this great art here. An even clearer photo of it. Look at that cover. Got the alien there. And Megadeth has always been a bit on the conspiratorial side, on the suspicious side of things. Always the skeptics, always like, are there aliens? Oh, hey, what's going on here? 1984, government's
Kind of funny
corrupt.
that they have been right quite a lot out of late.
Well, Mustaine was, he was on InfoWars in 2011 or 12, way back when, before Alex Jones really
I
blew
remember
up.
that.
Yeah, Mustaine was on there. It's crazy how far back that stuff goes, and he's always been that way. That's the thing. Like, everyone else is kind of like playing catch up. Where guys like Dave Mustaine, he's always been like the biggest skeptic, and he wasn't one of those guys who put his blinders on every 4 years and pretend that corruption only swung both ways. He mentions things, well, like it's Tuesday for him, really. And he's always backed that with killer visuals, killer musical stuff. Obviously, his musicianship was on another level compared to Metallica. He had a lot more of a technical ability, and obviously, with that stuff, it was definitely stuff that could break your hands, according to a lot of guitar players. And I believe it. I see that stuff. I'm like, I can't play that. I'm not going to try to play that. So he's not exactly a guy who was trying to exactly play Smoke on the Water here. Killer song, but what Mustaine did and every 800 guitarists he got involved, this was a different level. Let's look at another killer cover because, once again, killer cover, killer art. The system has failed. 2004, actually. And if you take a good look here, you can see Bill and Hillary Clinton right there. And there's George W. Bush right on the cover, too. And well, they were all people who kind of failed the system. So this checks right out.
Dude, I there's a joke. I cannot remember who said it,
Mhm.
but obviously they were doing a reference to the Germans, those crazy guys that were experimenting with aliens and everything. And the guy that they were talking to would just go, Nixon?
Actually, yeah, there's so many of them, and the fact that most guys, if they do these type of covers, especially in like punk, they'll put Bush, but they'll pretend corruption never swings around with the Clintons. He's got
Yeah.
them both there. No one is safe, and if you and big in the image, if you look under here on their charges, playing God 10K, which politicians love to do, idolatry 5K, holy wars, holy wars 2K, dismissing truth for 4K, adultery, theft, false testimony, lust. I'm like, wow.
Quite
The
on
endless
point for
charges.
quite on point for the past 20 years.
What's up, Liam M? How you doing? Must be digging the cover. John Edgar, how are you? Says that art is sweet. I've never seen that cover. It came out 21 years ago. This album, Bomb Right. The system has failed. Yeah, it's a killer cover. It's one of those ones where if you're a guy who likes to own vinyl, it's worth it only just to have it. That big artwork on vinyl. Kendon B celebrates being a member for 23 months. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you very much. I do greatly appreciate that. Hopefully you are enjoying your Saturday night. I am getting another cover up because, well, why not? Guys, I mean, for me, this is my favorite album. For my favorite album, I gotta go with my favorite cover, but I can see why people prefer some of the other arts of other things because there's a lot of great arguments to be made for a lot of these pieces here. So let's get this other piece up so you guys can get all oogly eye and admire. Oh, you stupid retard. Hold on, guys. My thing is retarded. My thing is retarded. Oh, it's even more retarded. Okay. I apologize, guys.
What was the name of the episode? There's an episode of South Park with Megadeth.
There was. I know
Yeah.
Dying Fetus has done a song. I know
No, one
Korn
about
and that
Chef.
Slayer did. Are you sure you're not mistaking for Slayer?
No. Let me look for it.
Sure.
There's an episode with Megadeth.
Okay, because I know Megadeth was on Drew Carey. Obviously, if you remember the X-Files, Agent Mulder actually mentioned something about how you got to hide your Megadeth album, something like that. Wayne's World, obviously. I think it was Garth who was like, you got any Megadeth? So, I found it. Oh, and I got a nice big look at it too. Nice big look. Let's look at it right here, boys. Oh, my personal favorite Megadeth album. Peace sells, but who's buying? Look at that cover. You see the planes coming down. You see the United Nations. And it's for sale. Vic Rattlehead, the mascot. Dude, what a cover. Oh, so good. So freaking good.
Wait a second.
Diamond Tooth by I love you. You love me. I could sing that Barney song. Don't make me do it.
Oh no.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Jess. Rest in peace to Nick Menza. He did Rust in Peace, Countdown to Extinction, Euthanasia, and Cryptic Writings. And I think those were the four. I don't think he did Risk after. I hope he didn't. Risk was awful. But, dude, what a cover, once again. If we're going to get the arts of admiring delicious covers, come on. That's a beauty right there. That's something I wish I actually had on vinyl. I actually don't. Shame on me. Subhuman says, imagine if Marty Friedman was on Peace Sells. I would love to have imagined what that was. Don't get me wrong. I love Chris Poland on the album. But yeah, I would definitely love to imagine what could have been. It's interesting when I see guys like Friedman playing the Chris Poland solos, because Friedman's like a freaking like virtuoso of the art. Don't get me wrong, Mustaine is too, but Friedman was just there's something different about Friedman, and apparently even he said he had issues playing some of Poland stuff, and you could probably make the argument maybe Friedman's a little bit better of a player than Poland, but apparently he has a hard time playing Poland stuff, which that's wild to say. That's wild. But man, dude, this is straight up iconic. I mean, once again, one of the greatest covers of all time. You aren't gonna debate it, you ain't gonna argue it. It's just absolutely admirable stuff. Absolutely admirable stuff. You know, it kind of bummed me out when they're going for the digital covers like everyone else. They weren't necessarily bad, but man, it's just they were so good at having guys like Ed Retka draw stuff like this. Stuff like this, you see, you're like, oh, come on, dude, don't abandon the arts for this. Apparently, they got a guy for their last album coming out who's actually going to draw it, though. That's what I'm hearing. And we're gonna admire more. It's digital art, but it's decent digital. It'll pass. So, and once again, it sums up the greatness of the history of Megadeth and their appreciation for the art. So this is from the most recent one, 2022's The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead. And no, it was not a reference to the Kung Flu, even though a lot of people thought it was. Because Dave Mustaine, I think a week before his album came out, he was on the Joe Rogan Experience for this album. So he did do a Joe Rogan appearance for this one. And
he
one
had
of the
some
few
comments.
What's up?
He had some comments about that.
Oh yeah, no, he definitely had some comments calling it the scamdemic and such. He said it on stage in 2021 when they were doing a tour with Lamb of God, which is really funny because the singer from Lamb of God had the complete opposite message. And then Megadeth was like, they're just like saying everything else the other way around. I'm like, wow.
You know what?
These guys must not
Good.
be talking. These guys must not be talking when the show's not going on. Either they're not talking or they just go out of their way to avoid that conversation.
No, but that's good. If both sides can have a word during the same event, I'm okay with anybody talking about anything in the same event.
I agree.
Right?
Ultimately, I do agree on that. I do agree with that, but it just makes you wonder what's that conversation like, or is there just no conversation?
By the way, I found the episode. Sadly, it's an episode that most people cannot get because it is episode 201. 201, more known as the one of the two episodes that they banned because they were mocking Mohammed.
Oh, dude, I remember that one. No, what? That one?
Yep, apparently they are just a cameo there, and that's it.
Wow. Okay. I don't remember that.
I remember that because there's a couple of good metal bands that have been on South Park.
Yeah.
Especially since the movie. If you go back to the movie To Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, they had not only killer music, the credits and everything, they have a metal music video for What Will Brian Boitano Do? Wow. So they have a story with metal, and they have been adding a lot of metal bands along the show. Just random cameos. Sometimes they get music. It's not like SpongeBob that they got. I think it was Pantera to play.
They did. It was right around when Pantera put out "Reinventing the Steel." I remember.
Yeah, it was a Sandy Center episode. I remember that part. That SpongeBob was just jumping around over needles and some shit. I remember that. But Megadeth is just, they have been there in a couple of things. They are just there.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, they're part of the pantheon of American culture. I'm hoping Trump and Vance, when they do more invites to the Kennedy Center, they invited Kiss, and Kiss is going to do it. I'm like, can you get Megadeth? Can you? Can we please? Why have we not contacted? Screw the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Don't get me wrong. They have their place in the world. But if you're going to be center, be at the Kennedy Center. Way better. And it would stand out so much for a band like Megadeth to be there. Dave Mustaine is a patriot, and Latin American fans are wild about his band. There's a reason when they did a live recording for a DVD, they did it in Argentina and not in America. Because Latin America fans are wild. They did like 25,000 Latin Americans. Dude, that's what pop acts play to out here. That's
Dude,
insane.
I have been in free concerts that are absolutely over the top. And I
Uh-huh.
mean, the band just start playing, they are just doing their thing. And in the middle of the crowd, you start to see the pogo pit assembling, and people start running and jumping and everything. And then you are in the middle of it because it just keeps growing and growing, and
Mhm.
there's no way back. It starts, you gotta go with it. You gotta go in the same direction and just, god damn it. If you can punch a guy, you punch a guy. Is that level of mosh pit. I have been kicked on the ear.
Oh, I bet. Oh, that makes me uneasy just to hear that. Ugh.
I have lost shoes. I have lost wallets that when I was a kid, and I mean a small kid, if somebody give me a wallet, I will go, why do I need this? My last wallet, I just stored it in a plastic bag for a couple of weeks after
Uh-huh.
the surgery, and it got moldy. So I don't have a wallet anymore. My wallet currently is one of these Magic the Gathering sleeves
Uh-huh.
because I have nowhere to carry my ID and everything. And I'm like, if I was a kid, I will get a free wallet. I was an asshole for not understanding how awesome is that.
Oh,
Because
man.
I will go into the mosh pit and I will lose my wallet, and I'm like, I have like $2. Who cares? The wallet is like $20. What do you mean? Who cares?
What were you doing? I love it, but what were you doing?
If I was back then, I can travel through time to meet me back then. I'm just smacking me in my head.
No, that's dude. That's freaking funny.
Dude, speaking of things that I have lost, I can't find my ticket for Iron Maiden, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty salty about that because that was my going to Iron Maiden was the best concert that I have ever gone to, and the best thing that I have probably done in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I have a son. I have made a son. That should be as important. No, Iron Maiden is better.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
So
No.
I'm salty about not having my ticket.
Yeah, I'd be salty about not having that ticket too. I'd be very salty. By the way, what's up, Snail Messiah? Nice to see you in our chat. Hell yeah, dude. Peter Venkman fan site, I see you as well. Thank you guys for being here. A nice, good old crowd here hanging out. While we're admiring some more art, Dystopia. This is 2016. This is right before the the infamous 2016 election. I mean, their timing with this one could have been any better, man. I feel like this may have been the most polarizing period of politics in history. It was 2016. I mean,
People don't.
this was a wild time, and for them to
Yeah,
put out a politically charged album at this time was a freaking bold statement. And
but
luckily, this cover's kick ass. Normally, I get bummed out about the digital covers, but this one, Kyle's like, yeah, this kind of reflects what's going on. This kind of does. Okay, I can give it a pass just because it really nailed the environment we were dealing with at the time.
yeah.
Oh, man.
People kind of don't remember how crazy that era was. And there's some people that right now are hyper salty against South Park because they did not joke about this guy or another guy. And I'm like, there's an episode where Hillary is campaigning against Mr. Garrison,
Yeah.
and she gets told, whenever you are on a stage, you say that he is a liar and he should not be trusted. And Mr. Garrison goes into stage and he's like, please don't vote for me. I'm a terrible choice. I'm the worst choice. You should vote for her. And she goes, he is a liar and he should not be trusted.
Oh, dude, no, man. You see, I was
Golden
living
times.
in Chicago during 2016. I lived directly in Chicago at that point. I was working in the city and living in the city. I will know. Maybe in some areas it wasn't. I'll be fair there. Maybe it wasn't. But man, 2016, dude. Oh boy.
It was crazy,
Oh,
man.
it was absolutely bonkers. So I don't know where you're from, student of God, but I'll tell you what, man, being in Illinois, particularly Chicago, oh, dude, it was absolutely nuts. It was seriously, it was, especially it was hot off when the Cubs, they won a World Series. Luckily, that was the only time they did that. Memory hold that. Okay, it's memory hold. And then I remember when I had a Facebook, I'm like, the worst part about the election is all of you are all celebrating the Cubs win, but you're all gonna fight next week over the election. And that's exactly what happened.
Facebook
All
went
because the news told you to be mad at each other. And yet not even a week before, you guys were all united over the Cubs winning the freaking World Series.
No, but with election and everything, I mean, I'm in Ecuador, so Facebook here is quite different from there. The amount of political discourse from one side or another, or even the memes and everything, because it's even a complete different language. And for that time, I remember Facebook was all about the US election. And I was like, who cares about this shit? I didn't knew that it will be the beginning of a culture war that will entail basically every dirty trick available to everybody, right? Because both sides have gone absolutely nuclear at this point. And I'm like, yeah, I was just annoyed. Who cares about this shit? Well, the world did end up caring.
Well, no, the world definitely had things to say about it. We got two arrivals as we show up this magnificent artwork. Hi,
My
Fenrir.
God, Pablo. It's been so long since I've seen your face.
Hey.
Hi, Ironcaster.
Hello.
Welcome. How you guys doing?
Not bad.
pretty
Not
good.
bad. I see we're in a little bit of a Megadeth mood.
Well, we're showing off the wonderful art throughout the years because, well,
Okay.
they have a lot of art that is very artsy, and there's been stuff done through comic book lenses, some stuff directly through comic books. Dave Mustaine has definitely read some funny books in his life as well, and he's even documented a little bit of it in a song called Holy Wars, The Punishment Due. I think when you hear a title like that, I think you can figure out what that may be about with the words The Punishment Due. And this is a sample of what's coming up for the final cover. And it definitely looks more traditional looking. I'll say that. I like that, from Blake Armstrong, aka Space Boy Comics. So this is a guy who works in comics. I had never heard of Blake Armstrong, but you know, that's great to see. We got another guy here.
That's a traditional metal, by the way. That's a traditional metal. There's a lot of comic book guys that have worked on metal covers.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And normally, the art for the metal cover is absolutely awesome. They don't have enough time for the comics, but on the art, they just let themselves go. And
Bernie Wrightson, who's known for some of the more horror sides of art, of comic book art. He did a really killer cover in the mid-90s for Obituary, really killer. And then you got Greg Capullo, who's done some stuff as well. He did some Iced Earth covers, really killer stuff. And of course, sorry. There's been all sorts of. Todd McFarlane has done covers too as well. So yeah, that's another one. Todd McFarlane. It's crazy to think the history between comics and metal. It's really, there's a lot of tyings together. Daniel Warren Johnson, who we talked earlier, with his murder. Sorry, not his murder, with his metal comic called Murder Falcon, which was very tied in metal and elements about metal. Insane, absolutely insane. Yeah. Oh, I remember. Trust me, I thought he was going to lose. I thought to myself, "There's no way this guy's going to win." I'm like, and I believe the polls. It wasn't because like I had like something against him. It was just something I just thought, oh yeah, no one's, and that could maybe say a lot about me as maybe I lived in a bubble in 2016. To me, what happened in Chicago was reflective of the world. When I was living out there, I thought this guy has no chance of winning. All these people are crazy about Hillary. I wasn't a fan of her, but to me, it just seemed like everyone liked her. So I'm like, I don't see how this is going to happen. I always thought, why is this even happening? So
It was
yeah,
the general consensus. If
and
you think
then I
about
was
it,
shocked.
even John Trump had jokes about that on his videos. And you're talking one of the OG YouTubers, one of the guys that made comedy for gamers a thing on YouTube. He was making jokes about that on videos. There was Philip DeFranco got big because he was the voice of the side that was going to win. And then you see his video after the election, and he's just pulverized. He has big sags under his eyes and everything, and he's like, yeah, everything is going to be okay, don't worry. And you can see inside of his soul that everything is broken. It was a wonderful time, I will say.
Sounds like
In
it was
that
a
perspective,
delightful time. A
it was
most
fun.
delightful time. My goodness, dude. Yeah, for me, it was odd being around that time because it threw me off balance when Trump won. We'll drop the politics, guys. Sorry, just obviously there's connections here with Megadeth, and they released the album in 2016, so I guess it kind of naturally carried over. But killer last cover. I don't know if this is the cover or a portion of it, but this Blake Armstrong guy, he's got some skill. It looks like a good cover, and it definitely doesn't look as digital as the last two covers, which makes me happy. And there was a guy, he goes by Space Boy Comics. He leads with comics in his name. That makes me happy. And for Megadeth to go out with one last album and a big old farewell tour, that will result in a few U.S. rounds and a few Latin America rounds. I'm happy about that. Yeah, I like the white suit too. Yeah, it was really fitting. I like it. I see he's got gloves on too. Yeah,
It's symbolic in a way.
Yeah, people was saying that it reminds him to Lucifer from Keanu Reeves' Constantine. I see more Goose from Breaking Bad.
Okay.
The scene where, where the wheelchair explodes and everything, and he gets out of the room. You see only one side, and he's fixing his tie and everything, and he's
Wasn't that suit
normal.
black?
Yeah, and you see the other side, and he's absolutely burned. So it's the same pose. He's fixing his tie and everything.
I'm excited. I hope this last album is good. And if it's somehow not, I'm definitely going to catch the tour. I haven't seen the band in 13 years. So if I see them this year, it'll be 13. If it's next year, it'll be 14 years.
It's about time. You need it.
Yeah, it's time I do it again. This would be my 6th or 7th time. This band I have a lot of history with through my years of being a comic book fan and a Megadeth fan. I'm curious to see how this is all going to go down. And yes, for the Bonded by Metal channel, there will definitely be a review of the album. I'm sure there will even be a tier rankings of the albums. I'm sure there'll be a lot of Megadeth coverage on the Bonded by Metal channel. So if you guys aren't subbed to Bonded by Metal, you should probably do that. I actually did a video on the Megadeth announcement a few days ago. So you know what? For you guys in our chat, which by the way, thank you for being here. Been averaging around 20 of you here. I appreciate the hell out of that. Thank you guys. Let me get that bonded by Metallic so you guys can make sure to check out the channel because
Oh,
it's
Vince
kind
already
of cool
does.
that we. What's up?
Vince already have it on chat.
Oh, thank you, Vince. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Hell yeah, bitch. Frick yeah. All right. Well, guys, Caster,
Yes, sir.
do you want to talk about robots for a little bit?
Oh boy, do we need to talk about some robots.
I mean, can we? Can we talk a little bit about robots? It's just a little bit.
I suppose we should.
I mean, come on.
But I think we need to set the proper mood because it is it was one of those issues that really makes you have to stop and get in an ice cold drink as you say, to enjoy it and go, holy shit, what an issue.
Or a whole bucket
Without
of
further
ice on
ado-
your head.
Ooh. Okay, before we talk about Transformers, I want to acknowledge Liam M's comment. Brought my 16-year nephew to Megadeth last September, and he loved it. Dude,
That's
is
attitude.
freaking awesome. That was that US tour, by the way. Was it not, with All That Remains opening? I think that's the one that it was. Deeple's got some memes to show up as we're gonna show up these memes, and then we're gonna talk some robots so Deeple can have a gentle exit. So Deeple, enter the collector, he says with the memes. Yeah. Right, tonight's episode, enter the collector. And then pineapple, non-pineapple eaters, we have to put our difference. Oh, dude. Ooh, that's
That's
a yeah.
oh no.
There was a greater evil.
Dude, the greatest evil is still anchovies. It ain't even
Nah.
close, man. Anchovies
That's
is
traditional.
my greatest enemy.
I've never tasted anchovies. How are they like?
Have you ever had sardines?
Yes.
Make it saltier and oilier. And it's basically that. But when you bake them, it's another level of extra flavor. I'm a traditionalist. I like them.
If they
Okay.
taste like that, then why would people add them in pizza? It sounds
Oh,
awful.
hang on.
People
hang on,
have
I'm
been
just-
adding it to pizza before tomato was part of pizza, before cheese was part of pizza. When it was el pan de Lazzaroni.
Pizza without cheese sounds like heresy.
No, they outside of the church there was guys that will just sell these slabs of bread with lard and chovis and something else, and then they started to add cheese. So that's
What you just described to me is pure hatred.
no, that's the origin of pizza. That's how pizza came to life. Then they started to add white sauce, then tomato get into the mix. Obviously, because America got how do I say it simple? We are responsible for the greatest accomplishment on Italian cuisine, and we are not sorry about that.
You know, as they say, America innovates, Europe regulates, and China replicates.
Okay, we gotta go over this one. I'm
Yes.
gonna need a solid few minutes with this because regional pizzas get something wrong here. And it's Chicago. It says deep dish smothered in mafia bribes. I like the deep dish smothered mafia bribes. That's true about deep dish, but it's not true about Chicago pizza. It is the Chicago Tavern Pizza. The neighborhood Chicago pizza.
Hey, you
This
don't hear me
thing
complaining
here-
about that. You don't hear me complaining about that tire covered in cheese for
Which,
Detroit.
by the way, there's a big Illinois meetup coming up. You know what? Let me get that out while we're showing this up because this is relevant to pizza and it's relevant to YouTube. There is a meetup coming up. Mr. Adam Krigler, my friend Adam Krigler, if you guys remember him, I'm sure a lot of you remember Adam Krigler, who's still around, of course. He is coming to America because he lives in Sweden. And there is a meetup coming up. And it's going to be diabolically huge. And he's going to be bringing Quarter Black Garrett with him. He's going to be bringing in Flawedzilla, Darth Call, X-Ray Girl, yours truly, Sheep City and Horror Amarada. We're going to be in Arlington Heights, Illinois. I'm part of the meetup. That's kind of weird, but okay.
Aren't they doing
I'll take the win.
something?
But
Aren't
we're going to be having real Chicago Tavern Pizza at this. We're not doing the tourist attraction. We're not doing the tourist attraction.
Dude, when Adam is here, not here, in the US, god damn it, Rain. Aren't they doing something for Forbidden Frontier?
He might be doing another thing with Forbidden Frontier too, but I'm gonna get here. I'm gonna bring this down so I can show off. Show off the page for the upcoming Illinois meetup. So he could be doing both. He could be doing both. So, right here, I'm hanging out the side of the car. But yeah, it's Adam, Flood, Darth, X-Ray right there, Quarter Black, Horror Amarada in the back, Sheep City right there. I think it's No Green Rocks and the Legion of Memers right there. Yeah, Arlington Heights meetup, guys. Mark your calendars. You see, I hear Missouri pizza is actually good, John Edgar. I hear it's actually good. I actually want to try Missouri pizza. I have heard good things, and I want to know it. I want to know it. So my buddy Adam from Vets Talk, and he lives in St. Louis, and he tells me how great the pizza is, and I believe him. I do believe him, and I want to know. I want to know. But Detroit, though, was really good, except it's not tire covered in cheese. It is the rising crust, and with the rising crust, it's got the sauce on top. Now, California is accurate, on fire. Yes, absolutely.
But also,
accurate.
the other thing you're missing is also a proper Detroit-style pizza is a square pan.
Yes, the rising crust square pan. And
oh my God, the crunch of that is it's so good.
And what I like about the Detroit pizza, it looks heavy, but if you taste it, it's really light. It deceives you. It looks like it's gonna put you in a coma, but it's really light. It's deceptively light.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. It's so good.
I think I'm getting Jets tomorrow now.
Why is Boston tacos?
Oh,
okay.
Because they're too stubborn to admit they got it wrong.
All right, so Brian McCann here. How you doing, Brian? Okay, good to see you, buddy. Let's acknowledge you because you did a few things, and those things should get acknowledged. Brian McCann's been a member for 18 months, a ball member, and he sent in a $1.49 hot dog super sticker. Thank you for that, sir. That will be my reminder when I'm in Arlington Heights next week for the meetup. Make sure I have a hot dog in your name. Thank you, sir. Hell yeah. But Boston, haven't had Boston, Texas. Nah, I don't know. Texas.
The Ohio Valley is completely accurate.
Yeah, is that
a square crust topped with the tears of the whoever made it because they live in Ohio.
Wow. See, I wouldn't know that about Ohio. I like Ohio, but I wouldn't know.
Because Ohio is a little piece of hell on earth, and we do not tolerate it.
Isn't that New Jersey?
No, that's what the devil wants you to think. No, the truth is it's Ohio. We do not tolerate Ohio.
Oh,
and this has nothing to do with
last two memes from Deeple. But go on.
This has nothing to do with football. This is just in general we do not tolerate Ohio in this house.
Oh! Oh!
Oh my God, that is absolutely genius.
Oh, man.
You're genius.
Deeple, you madman. Shredder now mail room 207 on it. Okay.
Radical.
69 thought I'd make my own sex tape.
That's a good pun.
Absolutely
That's a really
nobody.
good
White
pun.
women when one leaf hit. Oh God!
I swear to God, that is just.
I'm tired, Megatron. I'm
I'm
so
so
fucking-
fucking tired.
Weird.
Oh, that is great. Thank you, Deeple. These are masterpieces. Wonderful visual masterpiece. Okay. Now let's finally bust out the lube and let's go in. Okay. Deeple, this is your heads up to bow out because we're going to talk Transformers. And holy shit, was Transformers freaking awesome. It was so good. And I think he says, I'm in the middle of reading. I just got to a full page spread. Yes, he did do the RKO. Yes, he did. From Randy Orton. Yes, he did do the Randy Orton RKO. I noticed since Dan Johnson is a big wrestling fan, he likes to incorporate a lot of wrestling elements in the Transformers. And you know what? It freaking works. It freaking works. He did the Brock Lesnar Suplex City, bitch, on in the first or second issue when Suplex City. It was great. It was awesome.
I thought
Yes,
I was
I
a
absolutely
couple of
noticed.
issues late. I'm like 4 issues late on Transformers, so I need to start reading again.
Dude,
Oh yeah.
maybe I'll put in the private chat when we're done, but we're gonna talk. We'll be a
Well,
few minutes.
Talk away. I have
Okay.
no issue with the spoilers.
Okay, but Caster, the end is here for Dan's run. Oh, obviously to go in for Robert Kirkman, but I'm excited. I'm not as sad as I would originally be, only because I know we have a writer it's in good hands. A, B, it feels like it's a good necessary ending for Dan Johnson here. Things feel right. This feels like the natural order of things taking place for once. That's rare to say, especially in 2025 in comic book land. It's crazy to feel like things are finally lining up the way they should. And this feels like a nice, complete story that I could see being in like a omnibus down the line for Mr. Daniel Warren Johnson. This second last issue really made it feel like everything was coming together and it was all leading to this big confrontation.
Yeah, well, for the most part, whenever I was reading this series, I was always reading with kind of in mind the idea of the 6-issue arc, and it's largely stuck to that pretty well.
Yes.
But knowing that this is sort of the penultimate issue for Daniel Warren Johnson, it feels like we have had 2 years of buildup to get to this point. Yes, we've seen Optimus and Megatron like finally face off with one another at one point, but now we're getting the proper battle. This is a moment that feels deserved. That we have had 2 years of buildup to get to this point, which has made it so much better for what it is. Because
yeah,
we could have started right out the gate and had them facing off like this, but it wouldn't have meant as much. Like for all the hype and buildup, Nick, that we've had for this moment, how much more does it feel knowing you've seen them kind of build up all these characters around it?
As someone who came into this franchise brand new, like a virgin, this feels like a very well earned moment. And this cover is perfectly reflective of this issue and what's to come. This feels like a bit of like a last stand grand finale, winner take all type of deal. I felt the impact of this cover. I was so excited. And the fact that Prime went through this little like crisis, mid halfway through the run, I'm just like, hell yeah to this, dude. Oh, it's my friend with the hugest balls. Yes, I have to emphasize it. Price of Reason for $5. Said, so glad I'm able to catch one of these streams live. Well, Price, thank you for catching it live. I'm glad we have this new start time that allows it. How are you, sir? For $5, dude. Some might say he's got the biggest balls. I didn't say it, but those are really intelligent people who acknowledge those big balls. Thank you, Price, for $5. Enjoy the show, sir, and enjoy as we talk about robots. All right, Cat, sir. I'm gonna shut up so you can talk more about this crazy issue.
I mean, we have seen just all these little bits and pieces along the way. There's so many elements to talk about here. We have, the sort of PTSD Ultra Magnus, who's still kind of on the edges, who's been racked and ruined for years and years of this war, which we're seeing right out the gate, right in the front here. Just the last stand, and it makes him just so stand out. He has a great design that, frankly, doesn't get shown off enough. And this is a character that, in a lot of cases, largely is the second in command of the Autobots. On top of that, we've also sort of had the kind of coming full circle back to Optimus has now lost the arm of Megatron, which was starting to influence and make him start to act more like the Michael Bay movies, like I'll kill them all. And now we're only to kind of have everything going back full circle, and right here where we're seeing like something we've never really seen before. We're going into the Matrix proper to see sort of this fountain of wisdom and hope that has been sort of the holy grail of the Autobots.
Yeah, I remember that scene.
And what a scene to be echoing back to. It's not a one-for-one shot, but there's a lot of very familiar elements here.
Is it weird that I'm getting Vietnam flashbacks to when my childhood died?
Yep. That was a cruel VHS. Man, to think that this is the kind of movie that you will get on a VHS, that brings me back.
At least Hot Rod's not there. That's a positive.
Yeah. No, dude. Let's be honest. Nobody was ready for the Transformers movie. Nobody was ready for that.
Nobody.
Of course not. No one thought they were going to kill them all.
Nobody.
Optimus dying is always hard. The sad part is they tried to redo that scene on the movies, on the live action movies.
Uh-huh.
And then they revived Optimus instantly with the magic of bullshit.
Okay, Caster, this was my favorite moment of this book. And that's hard to say because there's a lot of favorite moments. But the people who were speaking on their experiences of Optimus Prime saving their life, we were in Tacoma. I thought we were going to die, but you saved me. You rescued us. Oh, man, dude. So good. So freaking good. And that's saying a lot. Once again, there's a lot of great highs, action-wise and like emotional beats and character moments. There's all of the above in this issue.
Mm-hmm. Every time we've seen the Autobots with all their fighting, it always winds up, getting knocked over into all the human settlements, human civilizations, the cities and towns, the casualties and the injuries, the deaths that happen along the way. With Optimus always being quick to put himself in the line of fire to save others. It does such a great job of building up to this moment ultimately. And of course, with that, we also get what I thought was sort of a so-so speech from Ultra Magnus. It wasn't the best one, where he's like, his rallying cry is, "We can die." I'm like, okay, this didn't
for Optimus
work out for me, but considering he's like a soldier with PTSD who's fought for millions of years, like I'll kind of forgive it here.
Okay.
But, although I have the sort of build up of, holy shit, what a 2-page spread.
Yeah, seeing them all in action, this felt like a big roundabout extravaganza of madness. I'm like, dude, charge, bouncing in the air, arm missing. I'm like, holy crud, dude, this really feel like it's the end, even though it's not, but it felt like it. By the way, what's up, Ackman42 on Rumble and Superior Nav Jazz Price of Reason for another $2 says Transform 80s movie was insane. He says. By the way, chat, you are killing with these comments. Thank you, by the way. And Price for the super chats. Brian McKenna as well. Kenan for your member acknowledgments. Thank you, guys. I love seeing this. Thank you guys for being here on the show. We have a nice, great crowd in here. This is freaking awesome. We're enjoying the moment here. We're enjoying what this comic offers because it's nice in 2025 to really have series to really be this emotion invested in almost 2 freaking years later. Cass, remember when we reviewed issue 1 thinking, will this be good past issue 6?
I am so happy to have this. Like, when we look across the landscape of all the media we've been dealing with for the last, 5 years, how much shit has there been out there that you just don't look forward to reading or watching? You're like, oh, I have to go watch.
Absolutely tons of shit, man.
I have to go watch this terrible show or that show, or maybe you have to go watch Rebel Moon. But you never know where you might find some nice little gems in here. And to have this moment here, all these Autobots that have been close, that have touched Optimus, the people who he's failed to protect in the line of duty. Bumblebee, Cup, Ratchet.
Heartfelt, dude. Heartfelt, man. This was my pick of the week, by the way. This is it. Like, going around, Conan and Aquaman both killed, but Transformers just soared
This particular
above them.
panel is a lot more symbolic because for a whole generation, Optimus Prime was like a father, and seeing him call Bumblebee my beautiful boy, oh God.
Yeah, dude, I know little kids who love Optimus Prime. Little freaking kids who think Optimus
He was a
Prime
father for a whole generation, man.
I thought they were going to use the blown up Bumblebee in issue 1.
I thought so too.
To lead into giving him the voice like he has in the Michael Bay movies. Where he's gonna come back, but he's gonna have that kind of jacked up radio voice. And seeing it 2 years later, he's still gone. Like, he hasn't come back. I'm actually very impressed with that.
I am too. Don't get me wrong, I would have welcomed seeing that character, but the fact that Daniel Ward Johnson has stuck to his guns with it all the way in. No, seriously, for 1 second, let me be serious on all the way in. We have one issue left of Daniel Warren Johnson doing this run right as a writer. And he is committed to everything he has done with this run. We have not had tricks. We've not had fake outs. We've not had bait and switches. We've had surprises. We've had wow. We've had holy shit. Oh, damn, this is hurtful. Oh, damn, that sucks. Not in like this comic sucks, but like this really sucked for the character. This book has been a roller coaster of action and emotions, and yet he has not faked us out, baited and switched us, pulled out the rug from under us. So it's really incredible what has happened in 2 years, and he's made every issue count, even though it is a serialized format of storytelling. Every issue feels like something significant does happen. And as someone who has a lot of gripes with the serialized format of storytelling, Daniel Warren Johnson has made it count every issue along the way. There's no 2 or 3 issues where there's nothing happening. Not one. There's issues where are stronger than others. Sure, fine. We can make a conversation around that maybe for a retrospective one day, but something at least happened every issue.
No issue in this run has felt wasted at all. Like, even with the one issue where Starscream was hanging out with those humans, and he got like the tanklet, and he got like he wound up with some like one of the Cobra tanks as like his legs. Like, none of that felt wasted. It was still entertaining along the way because it was Starscream yelling at a cat, "Kill it!"
Yeah. And I heard it in that Starscream voice too. Yeah, how Starscream, dude, that was a killer issue. Yeah. It was number 13 and 14, how Starscream, that little extra arc, dude, that was killer. really killer stuff. I was so happy. I was like, this is so crazy. But dude, they are under my protection. I heard that voice. I'm like, ah! I felt like
Also-
I was ready to go into battle and then charge
Also,
myself.
Look how
seeing
great this pose
moment.
is. Look how
Dude,
battered
right?
and beaten he is. There is not a single flat surface on him that is without any sort of blemishing. He's got this new arm that looks raw. Like it would effectively be the same as saying the muscle is exposed for all intents and purposes here.
Yes.
And
yes.
in the face of all of that, he's still out here. He's pushing himself to the limit. He's going to push it to the limit.
I was
He will not stop.
I can't
He will
wait.
not hold off.
You and I might have to do a separate video for issue 24 alongside when we talk about this on stream. I'm just saying, Caster, I would really appreciate doing that video with you if you're down. I know I'm putting you on the spot live about it, but it's just, this has been, it would just make sense to bring it full circle. We did the issue 1 video. Why not? Oh, dude, I'm loving what Jay is doing with those videos. I've been watching them. I reached out to Jay because he knows who I am, which is weird, but we did speak about it, and he's really happy with these videos. He's told me like it's bled his channel to death in terms of views and subs, but he say he doesn't care because he's having the time of his life with these videos, and I believe him. I really do believe him. He really loves this property. He's beyond tired of talking about the culture war every single streaming video. This gives him an outlet. So it's kind of like for me, why I didn't talk about my channel. I'll so happily go on, Comics Division or Midnight's Edge. When I talk about it, I'm ready for it there. But when I'm on my channel, we get to let loose with all the good shit. So it's a good way to balance yourself out mentally. And I feel like for Jay, having this run to talk about brought him balance. It also helps he's as knowledgeable as he is, too. Jay, when he speaks on this stuff, holy shit, does he make you listen, man. He's really engaging with the way he talks about Transformers. I could tell, okay, this guy knows his stuff. Maybe I might have to try to beg him to try to come on, whether it's for a stream for issue 24 or even issue 25, just to see where he's at. I'm curious to see what he's going to think about this when it's all finishes and once it continues at the same time. Jay would be a great guy to get in touch with for this. So we'll see. Man, maybe I'll try to beg him. I'll try to beg him. We'll see. He's a busy guy. That's the thing. He's a very busy guy.
It's such a great sequence because this is the quintessential Optimus. This is, at the end of the day, when you strip every element away, this is all what it's all about. One shall stand, one shall fall. That final moment, that is the quintessential Optimus and Megatron.
I am so ready for this.
And they have done such a great job with this of building up just how imposing of a figure Megatron is. He is like a force of nature. Someone who's just saying his name at the start of this series was enough to have Starscream have a chill up his spine, screaming, "Don't say that name."
Dude, it has been so fucking... I'm going to try, and this is the keywords try. I may not succeed, but I'm going to try to read issues 1 through 23 to get like all set for issue 24. It is wild. And yeah, and don't worry, YouTube. It's right in my hands here. Issue number 23. Physical copy purchase because that's what I do. Do you buy the... I don't know. I mean, there's obviously no omnibus yet of this run. But as far as the trades, I know he said he was actually going to do some videos on some of the Avoid Rivals and G.I. Joe stuff too. So I'm actually looking forward to him doing that as well. because I'm enjoying both those books, and the fact that he's also going to do stuff on like Cobra Commander. I'm excited about those. I'm really excited. Oh, it's Diesel! One shall stand, one shall fall, he says. He celebrates
Hey, brother.
23 months as a member. Diesel, dude, all right, this is your 1 month heads up. We need you on this show for issue 24.
Yes.
Begging you to please be a part of that show. I know, like Caster, I'm putting you on the spot, but please do this show.
You were here for issue 1 of this. We want you for 24 to be both the beginning and the end of this Daniel Warren Johnson run.
And if you want to
yeah.
be here
To
for
bring it
number
all full circle.
25 for Kirkman, I will happily let you in for that as well, because we're not done talking about robots. Not anytime soon. Okay. Done. He's in. You heard it here, guys. It happened live. You heard it here. All right. Oh, I'm going to drink to that. Which, by the way, chat, thank you guys for being here. We've been having between like 20 and 25 of you. Thank you guys. This is freaking awesome. It's not just Saturday night. It's a freaking party. This is a live stream. It's a show, and it's a party. And for all of you, wherever you're from, Eastern Time, Pacific, Central, 8 hours ahead, 8 hours behind, I don't know. My concept of time is screwed up. But yeah, I like Void Rivals a lot too, Soon God. All I'm getting is I thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys. This chat is really engaging too, by the way. With it ain't about just the super chats and the stickers and the membership acknowledgments, but I love seeing the constant engagements and the comments. This is great. I love seeing you guys being this enthusiastic. Whether it was talking about Megadeth earlier and now going into Transformers, we've had equal enthusiasm. I love to see that. And this drink goes out to all of you guys. Do not harm your liver. You have family. Oh, dude, don't you worry about. I only do this like once or twice a week, believe it or not. If it gives you any consolation, Brian, I only drink once or twice a week. So yes, I do save a lot of this for this show, actually, believe it or not. I do. So this to you guys. Don't worry. Family first.
For your liver.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Dina, we talked about the Megadeth stuff earlier. We talked quite a bit about that.
I think my favorite song of theirs is Dystopia.
It's a good song. Listen to the album Dystopia that the song's on. It's a good album.
Yeah.
It's a good album. It was obviously when they had a not so great album 3 years before that, and they just revitalized with that album. Brian McKenna, Peace Out. Yeah, Peace Out, dude. We were looking at the artwork earlier, me and Pablo. Dude, that artwork. We're admiring that one. Dystopia, The Sick, the Dying, the Dead, Rust in Peace. I mean, we could have gone all damn day. We could have looked at Countdown's cover, Killing Is My Business. The fact that Megadeth has such a rich history of music, and the fact that there's so much comic art lore too, that we can actually get away with covering on the show, and the enthusiasm in the chat shows you Megadeth is one of those bands that crossed over in that territory. I mean, they had a song called Holy Wars, The Punishment Due. I mean, totally not about the Punisher. Totally not. I mean, bro, come on. So, and Dan Johnson, who's writing Transformers, did a comic on Metal, Murder Falcon, had a Megadeth variant cover. Guys, go check out Murder Falcon if you haven't. It's freaking great. Seriously, it really is great. Yeah, Odu Washington is next. Yeah, from United Abominations, man. Oh, yeah, dude, yeah. I was actually listening to Peace Sells, but Who's Buying in front to back. I was actually listening to the original 1986 mix of it, the original version before the remaster. I was listening to the original version where the bass stands out so much more. Look up under type in on YouTube to watch later, Superior Knob. Megadeth Peace Sells, but who's buying original album? I think the guy who uploaded it, his name is Thrash Rat. I think his name is Thrash Rat. He has the original mix of that album from 1986. And dude, the bass. Oh, guys, you guys are getting me on another level right now. They had to retire. I believe it. Oh man, I believe it. Still owns a percent. Of course he does. Of course he does. Fenrir, did you read Transformers before you go?
Yes, I did.
Well, before then, as you say your say on the way out, why don't you tell us what you thought of this issue and then plug out?
This issue, I did not think it was good. No, I think it was awesome.
There it is.
Freaking bass, brother, just it's freaking badass. This is storytelling. This is
your favorite moment. If you had to pick one moment, what was your favorite moment?
Well, I am a man of culture. You boys have known me for quite a while. You've heard my talkings, my personality. What do you think?
I haven't read the issue.
Oh, come on, you guys know me for a while. Come on.
Wait, was there any big booty Latina on the issue?
I don't know.
Then it's not it.
Seriously, guys. Disappoint me.
Tell us.
You know what? No. It's fun you're not to.
He's going to deny us content, folks.
Yeah.
Where's the content?
Yeah. Yes, I am. Yeah. Until one of you gets it right, I'll deny you all.
I reject your reality and substitute my own, and I should not eat with my mouth full. So
I'm gonna say he's like, yeah. Oh, this is perfect right here. Since we're the character spotlights, I forgot. Have they been doing this before, or was
only
this
up
new here?
until the last 3 or 4 issues? I like that they're doing this though. I like that they added this. This is an added thing that they started doing. But let Fenrir have his final say on the way out, and then we'll talk about these spotlights. Fenrir, sir, thank you for being here. When we talk Transformers number 24, let's make it legendary. Okay?
Yeah, damn right. I will not miss it for the world. This is an amazing series. Really, at the bottom of my life, bottom of my heart, I freaking love it. If this is everything the franchise is going to be going forward, I'm 100% up to it. And I hope to God that the writers who seem to really understand us know exactly what needs to be done if they ever introduce Hot Rod. I'm certain the whole fandom knows what needs to be done.
Hey, let's hope for the best, man. Kirkman's killing it with Void Rivals. He's been killing it for 2 years. I'm confident he's going to deliver the goods with.
Yeah, let's hope so. All right, then I'm going to be off for it. Pablo, now that you're back at 100%, remember that I'm still holding you on my story stuff. So in the future, we'll talk about it.
I have
Diesel. Yeah, Diesel. Right there. I was good. Diesel beat me to saying Hot Rod.
I haven't read Void Rivals. I'm going to be honest.
Read Void Rivals, dude. Get on it. And then you can thank me later. Like, okay, Diesel and Nick were right.
All right, I'll give it a check this week. All right, then. Peace, boys. Stay safe.
Bye. Okay. Let's look at these.
Roll out.
Nice. During the whole talk, I have been catching up with Transformers. So I'm almost there. I'm an issue away.
Dude, yeah. Get caught up because Void Rivals. Oh, G.I. Joe number 10 is this week. Void Rivals is the week after him. I can't wait for G.I. Joe number 10. G.I. Joe's been killer too. It's so crazy that this Energon universe has actually been something to constantly look forward to. This connect. It's wow. We're getting great stories that stand well in isolation, and we're getting great stories that stand well in universe. Whether it's with Ripperverse, whether it's with Energon, and the isolated stories like Conan and Flash Gordon, Battle Beast. Then of course another. Oh, how did I miss Ghost Machine too? I mean, Rook Exodus, Redcoat, Geiger. Like, holy shit, guys, we're getting some good shit.
We're about to get a
again,
relaunch of
and then
we're,
some.
we're about to get a relaunch of Space Ghost with the new #1.
Yes, with Dynamite, yeah, Volume 2.
I went to the shop this week and I wound up having to drop 2 books from my list that I haven't had the time to really go and read. I had to drop Witchblade and Flash Gordon. For as much as I like the Gordon stuff, I was the only person in the shop having that on their pull list. So they were literally only carrying the book for me.
Okay.
Oh,
I love Flash Gordon so much. Oh my god, it's been such a good book. Oh, I love Flash Gordon. Yeah, right. Well, he put issue 2 in May, and issue 11 resumes in September, October, and then that's when the Phantom starts too. We'll all be checking out the Phantom. That's for sure. Oh, John, yeah, Conan is good. Don't you worry, Conan is good too. Yeah, I had only 3 books. I had Aquaman #8, Transformers #23, and Conan #23, and all were great. Probably Transformers is my favorite, but all 3 were good. And Superior Nav asked, "Who's doing the art for the new Witchblade?" Do you know, Caster?
Let me pull that up.
Okay, well, as you do, look these character spotlights. Wheeljack. Wheeljack is the Autobots' lead scientist, one of Optimus Prime's most loyal allies.
why does he
I like
looks
that.
either Italian or Mexican?
He does look Italian or Mexican. I thought the same thing too.
I think he's got the bright colors for it too.
Yep.
What? Facing impossible odds and a never-ending litany of injuries, debts, and energon shortages, Wheeljack's optimism and inventiveness is a continued inspiration to his fellow Autobots. Flashback fun. With Wheeljack being in our spotlight, it's worth calling out that being beyond a scientist, he's also a clever inventor. Remember how he rigged the dam to generate energon in #5? And his interstellar movement recorder in this year's Energon Universe special? This bot can do just about anything. See? Wheeljack is great, man. Creative Spotlight, our acclaimed colors on Transformers, Mike Spicer, dropped by the Energon Experience to answer this month's question. Mike, if you were stuck on a desert island, which Autobot would you want there with you and why? Blaster. At least we'd have some tunes. He makes it musical. I love that. And then my man, Mohammed said, new Transformers is awesome. A really amazing Spider-Man versus, oh, dude. I know what you talk, dude. Spidey versus Lizard, ASN, John Romita Sr. Good shit, dude. Oh, you're in such good territory of good shit. Such good territory. And then he says, Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, issue 43, during the mystery. You know what? You just reminded me of something, Mohammed. You just reminded me of something. Caster and I had a conversation over text message earlier this week. And we were talking about, man, it'd be cool if we had like one book we could talk about like individual issue by issue. And we had kind of entertained the conversation for those of you with the longer term memory about doing that with ASM. But we also brought in a newer book. And I thought, why don't we leave it to a vote to our chat? What we'll do is we'll make one comic where it's a weekly thing. Obviously, there'll be some exceptional episodes where we don't cover, but almost daily. Like, put this way, starting, okay, so it's August 16th right now. September, the first Clobby's Comic Shop is September. Maybe we would resume ASM 81, week after 82, week after 83. And we talked about, or even the Fantastic Four Hickman run, start off with those. We were talking about doing one book where you do one individual issue, just to have something to keep the chat and us kind of going along with each other. So we're going to do a vote and I want you guys to decide between FF Hickman or ASM 81 and beyond. And when I mean 81 beyond, maybe 200, 300, I don't know. We'll figure that part out as we go along. But I want you guys to answer. I want you guys to be the deciding market on this. ASM 81, and I'm putting this in right now. 81 and beyond. Oh, hold on, guys. Apologies here. I fucked up. Okay. Here we go. Option. No.
Well, the way I figure it, we could, trade off like we do a month, we do a where we go back to doing what we were doing, but we still kind of mix it up. So, we make sure we have at least one issue of something to read, every week. So come in, hey, read the next issue of this or that, and then, maybe after a month we kind of change it up. We go check out a different character, a different run.
Okay.
See, a lot of people seem to be shitting on the Hickman run of Fantastic Four, but I sort of remember liking it back when it was coming out because mind you, that was also around the time where I was starting to go into the shop and buying my own books. So I would catch a little bit of it here or there, or I kind of found some ulterior ways to read it. Not that I'm, not that I think what I would have done, but I remember enjoying it for at the time. It felt like it was all building. It also felt like it was building towards something, which ultimately wound up being the big end point and reset button for the Marvel Universe.
All right, chat. The poll is up. Yeah. See, what I gave it a shot because I am a big FF fan, and I actually like Jonathan Hickman as a writer. I just feel like what he does with Marvel really has a way of dragging on. Now, could I have fonder feelings giving it a shot again? Maybe. I said to you in text, I will gladly entertain that conversation. That's something I wouldn't be opposed to. So it could be something that maybe people might have been initially skeptical of. Maybe have fonder feelings. Because there are times where I'm like, okay, maybe I was too hard on this. This is actually pretty damn great. There's stuff where it's been that way. And it's something I'm willing to challenge my own self on again. I mean, I've never been opposed to having a change stance on something if it makes sense.
So,
but chat, please don't. So someone actually put yes, so they want us to do both. Guys, don't do yes or no unless you really mean yes, like you want us to talk about both. Okay, fine. But please vote in the chat. I see there's only 4 votes. Let's try to get all 20 of you to vote, please.
What you're saying is we might have to go and look at some hated runs of books to reassess them. We should. I've got it. We should go read the America Chavez comic.
We already did. That's how this show started at the beginning. If you don't remember, I read the lines in the voice of a Skeletor.
Yes, that was a Children of the Atom or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh God, there's actually traction for doing both. There's actually traction for both. All right, guys, there's only 6 votes. ASM. Okay,
let me say something.
Sure.
If you think about the talent that they have had on Marvel out of late, they have had great writers, great artists. The only thing, the editors and the executives are exactly the same assholes. So no matter what, they are still absolutely destroying anything that comes out. If you see, well, they have been trying to kind of backtrack what they did with Spider-Man on Venom.
But they won't go all the way with it. They're just gonna lay off Paul just to see. Oh, hey, let's give these people some hope, but we're not gonna put Peter and MJ married. And they ain't gonna do that.
They do it on Venom instead on Spider-Man. That shows you that they want still to have this shit on Spider-Man. But there's somebody that wants to have more continuity, and for that they need to remove the bad characters. Well, guess what? The bad characters are still on Spider-Man, so who cares?
Yeah,
but also
But also the thing to remember as well is there is the underlying narrative at Marvel that everything they do has to be oriented in a way to lend to the MCU. Anything and everything they do has to have the potential to go into the Marvel films.
Well, they tried that. They have been doing Marvel films based on Marvel comics from the last 10 years. The MCU has lost. It went from 1 to 1.5 billion dollars per movie to 500 at best $1 million per movie. And they are making movies that cost them 350 millions. So they are losing a lot of money. If they are not noticing that maybe doing new Marvel is not a great idea, I'm kidding. They are retarded anyway. So
Yeah. Fuck them. Yeah, I know. It ain't worth giving them any thought, air, yada yada. No, guys, I'm seeing the chat right now. I see 7 votes. Oh, we actually have some Hickman votes. We might, yeah. If people feel that way, I've always said that's something. Dude, Thanos did do something wrong. That's except punch Captain Marvel in the face. That was absolutely right. That he was right on. If there's one thing Thanos actually was right on, it was decking Captain Marvel in the face. But as far as eliminating our planet for his own selfish needs of my population problem, nah, dude, you're wrong on that. You sound like Al Gore. That said, gotta
I'm
deviate.
super serial about that.
I got deviated away from politics. Sorry, guys. Habit. I don't know anything for the poll, so no voting. Pick a blind guess. It'll get you to jump on a book and read along with us, Deeple. Pick a book. Just even if you pick FF, I don't even care. I'm just trying to look at it as just have something to vote for. It'll get you read along with us. See it as like watch along, but a read along. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold says so. That's right. Hell yeah, bitch. I like seeing that shit. Yeah. I want those votes, guys, coming in. Vince like, just click ASM. I mean, hey, I want the man to do what he wants to. Oh, someone put yes. We have 9 votes, and actually 44% is that yes for doing both. I mean, hey, if we gotta do both, I'll do it. I will do it. Once again, guys, I'm a man of the people. The gentleman on this panel, we're men of the people. Mohammed says, "Go for both." Hey,
All right,
if the
so I
market
feel
decides, I will
Okay,
do it.
those?
But we need more votes. I see only 9 votes. Come on, let's make this happen, guys. I want to really. I want to see at least 15 of these votes here. There's 20 of you here. There's no reason why 5, 6 of you haven't voted yet. There's no reason why this hasn't happened. So please make your votes count. I want to see this. Get on it.
So I feel like we should give people a little taste of what we're looking at for runs.
Sure.
So here be the first issue we'll be looking at, which is something Fantastic Four number 570, which is effectively the start of the Jonathan Hickman run from I think about roughly 2012. And the other one is, of course, some classic Amazing Spider-Man, including the notable villain, the Kangaroo. One of these books may, in fact, have Galactus in it. You pick and find out.
I do like Dale Eaglesham on art. I do like Dale. I do like his art. Paul Mounts is a colorist, great colors. He's actually doing Mark Miller's Psychic Sam book that's coming out. I think he's doing it with John Romita Jr. and Klaus Janson. No, I mistook him for Cliff Rathburn. Paul Mounts did some stuff for Kirkman. I'm mistaking. Either way. Oh, there we go. 11 votes. There we go. Ooh, dude, it's getting tense. 45% and 45 on ASM and Beyond, and yes, aka both. Wow. Hey, if we gotta do both, I will happily, once again, guys, I will happily do both. And it seems that the guys on the panel are willing to compromise at that if we do both. Spidey and F-Force are both some of my favorite properties ever. And here's another thing we could give incentive to. Like, we did ASM 1 through 80. Obviously, this would just be us continuing, except on an individual issue basis. With F4, you know, see if we like it. If we like it, obviously keep going. If we don't, we could consider back out if it comes off that polarizing. But maybe we might end up having fonder feelings towards it. Just once again, trying to give off the age-old open mind. 12 votes, thank you. Let's at least try to get 3 more in there. To the one who chose F4 or 2, whoever that was, I salute you, and I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. And D-Bud says, I need to take off dinners, right? And D-Bud, as you're off to dinner, whatever individual issue you want to be a part of, you just say the word, man, and you're in. Don't matter the issue. All right? Enjoy your dinner, buddy. Appreciate you.
Provecho.
Apparently, just before these Hickman stuff here, Mark Millar was on Fantastic Four.
Oh, yeah, he did. I think he did a limited run on F4.
Really?
His
okay.
run immediately precedes running into this.
Yeah, it was okay.
So
I've always honestly preferred Mark when he came to outside of Wolverine. I prefer him way more with his Miller World stuff. Way more. There's some Marvel stuff he's done is fine, some not so fine, but his Miller World is ace. I could easily say that I love it all, but I'm not going to be that guy. I could easily go full shill, but I'm not going to go full shill. But yeah, Miller World. Yeah. All right, guys, there's 12 votes. 3 more votes in. I will drink to that because why not? This Knob Creek is really good, by the way. Just saying, this Knob Creek is good. I saw one of my dad's buddies was like, Nick, you gotta try this Penelope. It's really good. I was like, oh, do I? He said, yeah, you like Penelope. It's based out of Southern Indiana. I was like, oh. And he's like, it's a bourbon. I was like, oh, it's a bourbon. And it's based out of Southern Indiana. So Americana there. So I'm like, I gotta listen to this man. Because it sounds like he's looking out for my general interest when it comes to whiskeys. So I guess I gotta listen. Nick Weiser preference: Spider-Man 1, 2, 3 films, ASM 1 or 2, or MCU Spider-Man. Oh boy. I mean, I have very conflicting stance on that because I actually like The Amazing Spider-Man, the first movie. I love the hell out of Spider-Man No Way Home. But I also love the hell out of the first Spider-Man, Sam Raimi. I'll say if I had to choose number 1 overall the bunch, I'll say Spider-Man, the first Tobey Maguire one is my favorite one overall, is my favorite one. I'll put it that way. I'll give you a top 1. As far as like the rest, that kind of changes, but that one is stuck around. The first Tobey Maguire movie is my favorite one of the bunch. Yes, in case you're wondering, that's not a stutter. That means yes. To me, it eclipses and mollywops the shit out of Spider-Man 2. I said what I said. I think Kirsten Dunst is still, yeah, she's still not my. There's one thing the second movie to me does better. It's the action, because the Doc Ock action scenes are really freaking good. I can't deny those action scenes. That shit is really good. Oh, 13 votes. Let's get the 14 and 15. Yeah, animated series is good. But Spectacular is still my favorite Spider-Man cartoon. Animated series, 90s one's my second favorite. I would say the 60s one, probably third, followed by Amazing Friends, followed by the 2000s one, the cel-shaded one on MTV. And then I think there's an 80s one just called Spider-Man. That would probably be it. But dude, that 60s one does not get enough appreciation. There are times where it hits number 2 for me. There are times, certain moods, it hits number 2 over 3. But what number? The reason why I give the animated series a little bit higher than the '60s one is because that was like my gateway to the Marvel universe. That was a big thing for me. Ooh, Brian's got a list here: Spider-Man 1 and 2, and then Amazing. Okay, hey, that's cool, man. I love seeing the list. All right, let's get those last 2 votes in. Last 2 votes. Come on, guys. I love that we have a chat here. I love that we're still energetic. I love that we're active. I love the constant engagement. The '60s animation was a bit clunky. Yes, it was. And you know what? It added to the charm of that show. I love how all the buildings look the same except the Daily Bugle. All the buildings look the same, and they let you know Daily Bugle. It says on the building, and every other building looked. There was no lines on Spider-Man except for his mask. But you know what they had? They had Scorpion. They had Vulture. They had Loki. They had Doctor Doom. You're gonna
Yeah.
deny the greatness of all those episodes for that animation? I'm not. I love how Vulture's his pushback against Spider-Man is, you can't beat a villain with wings. So fucking funny. Oh! Dude, that Loki episode though, I love that episode. So good. Nook will go back as we'll see,
There's a
man.
lot.
I'm enjoying the sideburns right now. Go ahead, Pablo.
There's a lot of episodes that are quite memorable for the '60s run, but Spider-Man and Friends is a show that doesn't get much recognition. And to be honest, I can remember a single episode that is memorable, but there's some crazy animation there.
Dude, the Magneto. Watch the Magneto episode. It's fucking good. It's so good. I wish Clobby was with us. I mean, I see it all the time, but Clobby loved that cartoon, and I did too. Dude, that Magneto. That was my first episode, was that Magneto episode. I was like, Spider-Man
Dude.
against Magneto? That's a fascinating combination. I was blown away, dude. I was so blown away.
The fun
Love
part
that episode.
is on that era, Magneto will have actually have had a way to defeat Spider-Man quite easy.
Of course.
The web shooters were still made out of metal.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
There's a couple of different versions. There's one that is carbon fiber that they use for the I think it's a Spider Armor Mark III or something like that. But yeah, there's a couple of versions that are kinda Magneto proof. But on that era, the web shooters were not Magneto proof. Actually, it was a huge weakness.
Huge. Some might say a
Huge,
big
huge.
weakness. Seven Little Superheroes is a great one. Yeah. For sure, the great stuff in the animation is there. Yeah, I've heard that about Beast Wars. I've heard that. I do want to watch that someday. I
love
really
Beast Wars.
do. I am very bi-curious on that. Bi-curious.
Oh, that CGI has really not aged well. If
Oh,
you do
dude.
want to see if you do want to see a show that has actually aged surprisingly better, you're looking at something like Reboot.
Oh, they are remastering Reboot. Okay. Seems like you don't know about this.
No.
There's this big YouTube channel, LTT, Linus Tech Tips, right? They did, I don't know, they got one of these machines that is for reading the old school files for the show. They had a lot of people to contribute. They got a lot of money, and with them, a company is doing a full 4K remaster of Reboot, and the first episode is out of on YouTube, so you can watch it and you can see the quality that is going to have, and it's great. I mean, it's really, really good. So we are getting full every season of Reboot complete remastered, and it's because a Canadian YouTuber wanted to have his childhood show back again.
Oh wow, that actually looks really good.
Right, it's great. I love what they are doing with reboot. So, dude, if they could do the same for Beast Wars, I will be incredibly happy. Dude, for Beast Wars, I even had some of the toys for Transformers that were not on the show.
Uh-huh.
For example, Spitor, the frog transformer that is Predacon, he was not on the show, but the toy was cool as fuck.
And you saw there was actually quite a bit of that. For example, Beast Wars went on to do some additional series, and some of those characters wound up getting toys. S- and then, like for example, there's like a Warthog Autobot that was involved, and then of course that was one of those characters that got the recolor re-release, uh, which gave us the infamous Randy. Now,
That's a great name for a transformer.
oh no, this is a notorious figure, Randy. But yes, and the thing is, it was from an era in which they were using a particular shade of like this gold plastic, and the thing is, that particular color plastic for whatever reason just wound up being a lot more brittle, and so with this with the way this with the way Randy was designed, the Warthog transform was designed. It was spring loaded, so when you like flick the tail, it all transformed, but it's made out of brittle gold plastic.
Yeah, I see the issue.
Yeah. All right. I get now this comment. Stephen M. Kellell. Transformers Beast Wars is a great series. But yeah, CG was a product of its time. Oh, that ain't the only thing. There were some shots that says that looked really cool though. Deepball had a great comment. Did y'all know that Beast Wars wasn't the name of the show? Okay, it was called Beasties. It's great. Oh, that's hilarious. Brian McCann, Beast Wars was pure awesome. Beast Wars was a great season, but yeah, the CG, yeah, oh yeah, we saw that guy. Dude,
Well,
no.
everyone loved Beast Wars, and especially the Beastie Boys.
So okay, so when I went up north to hang out with Gary and Melissa, aka Mr. and Mrs. Nerdrotic at their second home in Wisconsin, which Gary, Melissa, thank you, by the way. That was awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Your place rules. Gary was like, "We gotta see this action figure store." And the store was incredible in Wisconsin. And the amount of Transformers toys that they had out of packaging, in packaging, was incredible. It was in this town called Sheboygan, Wisconsin, which, by the way, they don't live in Sheboygan, but the store was in Sheboygan. They're where they live is miles away. But we went to a store in Sheboygan called Freak Toys, and dude, the figures there were incredible. Freak Toys, Sheboygan, Wisconsin. It was seriously like me, my children, Gary, his kids went. It was awesome. It was such a great store. I wanted to go back.
My dude.
Between me and my kids, we spent over $100 easy. Dude, Free Toys was awesome.
This is the toy that I had. I wish I had.
Now, Pablo, did you ever try licking it?
Yeah,
Because
actually,
it's a frog.
I did. I'm ashamed to say, but yeah, I did. No, but dude, there's the red version of a Speeder is $270. That's stupid. Let
Well,
me
the issue
see.
is it's mint in box.
Yeah, but for $30, there's a couple of good. Oh, I also had this one. This is the Beast Wars. The season that they did that was kinda back on Cybertron, and they were part animal, part machine on the second transformation and everything. They got the Speeder back, and I also had this toy. This
Oh, I remember that one. I remember that one, boo boo.
one day I will have all the money in the world, and I will buy a bunch of Transformers from my childhood. That's all I'll do. I won't care about anything else. You can solve world hunger and everything. Nah, I'm getting Transformers, bitch.
Amazing. I love that. I love that so much, Pablo. That's seriously so good.
But you can use all your money to end world hunger. I don't want to end world
No.
hunger. I want to buy Transformers.
Exactly.
So what's the problem?
Exactly. Dude, just looking at this, this is my childhood.
Oh.
It brings me back so much.
Oh. I
So
remember seeing
great.
that figure at I think it was at a KB Toys. I used to live in a town called Berwyn. So anyone who watches Svengoolie, Berwyn, yes, that Berwyn, town of Svengoolie. I used to live in Berwyn, and there used to be this mall called North Riverside Mall. I think it's still there. And Berwyn had KB Toys. And I go in there for my Spider-Man animated series figures. I remember seeing Transformers. That even though I didn't know anything about Transformers, I can't remember if it was of genuine interest or by chance, or if I had a brother's interest into it. But I did have a few of the Beast Wars figures. I couldn't remember specific names, but I did have a few of them somehow. I can't remember the why, the logistics, but I ended up with a few of them. And I do remember, even though I never watched the cartoon or read the comics or any of that stuff, I do remember liking the Beast Wars lineup of figures.
Oh, the lineup was great, but the cartoon had some characters were excessively annoying in a good way. There was the Rat Transformer that was one of the good guys. I don't remember the name of. Is not Autobots. Is I forget the name. Sorry, but they had this rat that was annoying as hell, and I love that character because he was just the joke all the time, and it was good. I don't know, it was just a good character, right? But then they have that episode where there's a transformer that cannot get a second form because he is defective, and the
Uh-huh.
whole episode is just about the sadness of this transformer, and the episode is actually really really sad and really touching.
Oh yeah, the
You have
transmutant.
brought the
Yeah,
Beast Wars
transmutant.
fans in the chat with this one. Holy crud. By the
Yeah,
way,
you
what's up? What Geeks do? KB was bomb. And Brian's like Predacon, Inferno, the Fire Ant for the Queen, Transmetal Beast Wars series. Yeah, we're all going to
Yep.
die. Beast Wars, one of the greatest dude. Yeah, the chat is on fire with this one. That is great to see.
So
Yeah, I
before
would like to
before
end up with a figure too. Good. Go ahead, Kester.
before IDW lost the license for Transformers, they did a short-lived Beast Wars comic. This was like about 3 or 4 years ago.
I had this one. I had this.
Oh, Silverbolt.
I miss it so much. I want to buy it. I really want to buy it.
Oh, I love this. Optimal Optimus.
I had
Silverbolt was
the
cool. Wolf Griffin. Good doggy.
I had his
Guys.
return form, Tigerhawk.
Oh, yeah. That's on the later season, on the later series.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting, by the way, that this was one of those instances of them recycling a character name.
Uh-huh.
Because Superion, so just to kind of bring it back to the Skybound comic, the Autobots Combiner, their leader is Silverbolt, and this character is also Silverbolt. It's the same name being reused for two totally separate characters.
Man. And somehow I don't care.
Did you guys watch Reboot? Muhammad said I didn't. Maybe Caster
I
Pablo
did.
did.
I did. It
There you
was
go.
absolutely awesome. Dude, as I said, Linus Tech Tips contributed on the remastering of the full series for Reboot. One episode is on YouTube, so you can watch the episode. You can watch the full first episode of the Reboot animation on 4K.
Uh-huh.
The Blu-rays are coming out. I don't know if is at the end of this year or next year, but they are starting to release the Blu-rays really soon, and it's because the masters for the show were on a format that only one kind of machine and a specific kind of machine could read them, and Linus helped to get that machine in prime condition. He got all his contacts on tech and everything to get the machine and to get the machine repaired so it can read the files for the show and they can remaster the files. And because the masters are basically fully raw, you can do a 4K version of the show without losing much. Because normally when you have 3D animation is compressed already on the masters. So you don't have the models, you don't have anything to render. You have just the image. That's why if you go to some of the movies from the 2000s, they are not getting 4K releases that look so good, or they have to do a lot of eye enhancement on the 3D models because those models are set for ATP.
Well, that and
Um,
also, in a lot of cases, the technology has fallen out of date where you literally
Yep.
cannot access those files because the programs they use to render those files with just quite simply cannot run on our modern systems.
this is exactly what happened with Reboot, but they got the machine and they got the machine running, so they can go through every file on the original Reboot series on the masters and get the 4K. So it's looking really good, man. I'm enjoying the fact that a Canadian company decided to bring back a Canadian show that most people don't really remember. It makes me really happy because for me, it was my childhood.
Well, no,
Yeah.
that also does have a significance for being one of the first CG rendered shows.
The first CD render show.
That's right.
Yeah. So, yeah, Canada, they did something good a long time ago. But, hey, just saying.
You
No, I
guys
need money for
straight up
toys.
brought out the nostalgia in this chat like crazy. What's up, Pope Metallicus? He says, Greens gentleman on Rumble. My buddy from Bonded by Metal. Which, by the way, chat, if there is any of you who are Amon Amarth fans, we will have an Amon Amarth video up on Bonded by Metal this week. So be ready. Check that out when it comes out.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Caster.
Well, it's just kind of getting the wheels are starting to turn in my head. I'm thinking, right? I got some
Sure.
ideas. I'm like, hey, I think I got some ideas that I think you'll like. I think the chat's gonna like. I think Pablo might even like. We've been talking a little bit about some Transformers as of late. We've been
Yeah.
enjoying
Mhm.
ourselves here. We've been checking all this stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, this is so great. And then just this little touch of Beast Wars just kind of sparked a whole bit of excitement for a conversation. Why don't we shift a little bit there possibly? Maybe we look at a couple episodes just to kind of get a feel for what effectively was
should.
the second generation of Transformers.
We should. I agree.
Okay.
Which,
Chat,
by the way,
guys,
we
I
had
like it.
15. We had 15 votes, and you were straight up tied between ASM and yes. So I guess it's gonna be yes. You bastards! You had to do it, but okay, fine. So what we'll do is September 6th, Saturday, September 6th. We'll talk ASM 81 and Fantastic Four. Was it 570?
Yes.
Fantastic Four 570 ASM number 81. That'll probably take up the first 30, 40 minutes of show, and then the rest of the show will be whatever. But that'll be the formula going forward. We'll have some two old school issues, and then whatever the going ons of the week or whatever just comes up as we go along. Either way, it's to be fun, and it'll give us a reason to always have something to automatically talk about in case of a slow news week, or just something to have people, go with us along for the show, because we like that there's a really engaging chat here. We love this Saturday show. It seems like we really have benefited from moving the time, and we want to take advantage of that by having you guys kind of go along with us for the ride a bit. So I'm really grateful for that. But chat, this is the part where all good things do gotta come to an end, unfortunately. But I want to thank you all for being here with us. It was on YouTube, it was on Rumble. And thank you for super chats, the membership milestones, the super stickers, your time on YouTube, your time on Rumble. Doesn't matter which or where, a little bit, a chunk of it, half of it, most of it, all of it. It doesn't matter. It's all appreciated. And I love the engagement. This is a really engaging chat we got going on here. Next week, we will be talking The Horseman #1. So if you got that comic, be ready to talk about it next week. It's going to be diabolically huge. And once again, September 6th, yeah, that will be the start of the 2-issue thingy. Obviously, there'll be exceptional shows where we push it back away to acknowledge for a special occasion. Like probably Transformers 24 will be one of them, which is like a few weeks after. But you get the idea. Seriously, guys, I'm so happy. Hey, thank you, Tetrarch of Apathy, for being here. I love that you guys were here. I love you guys gauge your enthusiasm. It seems like this start time has revitalized the show. I feel like there's been a big energy shift since we moved to this time, and the fact that we benefited from it, because doing this stuff is risky. So you think, is it just a one-off? Did we get lucky? This has been consistent. I'd even make the argument these last few weeks. I feel like our shows really translated to another level again. So, anyways, guys, what's coming on my side? We'll be here next week. Toxic Tuesday. We'll be talking Charles Bronson's The Mechanic on Rumble exclusive. And Bonded by Metal, please go sub to Bonded by Metal. Megadeth video I did yesterday, and a Monomarth video coming next week. We'll figure out what else comes along. Oh, of course, we'll be here next Saturday, and that'll be fun talking the Horsemen. And I'll figure whatever else out as soon as I figure that out. But I'm gonna let these gentlemen plug their plugs on the way out, starting out with Pablo, and that's the bottom line. Because Pablo said so.
Well, Midnight Español, we are doing La Tangente. That we are 30 episodes somehow. So if it keeps going, well, I'm enjoying it. So what the hell? That's it, basically. We are doing that show. Is just us talking about random shit. Is at 6 p.m. Ecuador time, so I'm not really sure. Time changes on the US sometimes. I don't really get it. We just get straight, always the same time all the year. Kind of like it that way.
Trust me, we don't get used to it either. Someone thought it would save money for lantern oil and to feed cows better, but the cows don't care what time it is.
Yeah, I have seen that with my dogs. For a time, I was like, I want to feed them every time at the same hour, and they will be happy. And it was like 6 months of me giving them their food at 8 p.m. every day. And then one day I forgot because I had some work to do, and I gave feed them like midnight. They didn't care. They didn't give up. It's like, oh, it's time to eat, right? Dude, I have a set time for you to eat and you don't care. No, you eat whenever I can. No, but they are well fed. They are just idiots. I don't know. That will be it, man. It's great to be back. I'm enjoying it a lot. I was reading Transformers while we were talking, so sorry if I didn't contribute that much, but Transformers, so
Be ready for 24 next week. I'm gonna try keywords try, and this is a knock on wood. I want to try and make that a big show. Usually, I'm one of those guys where I've gotten so accustomed to the smaller panels. I feel like our conversations are more effective, but sometimes big occasions call for grander ambitions. Transformers
Yeah.
24 is going to be one of those occasions. So we'll see. It may end up still being a small show, but once again, I'm going to try a few things. Okay. But Pablo, thank you for being here, sir. Love seeing you on camera. I love that you're eating meat again. And
Yeah.
I love once again, your contributions, your energy. I feel like once again, we're really benefiting from this start time, even almost a month in.
Nice.
We'll see, Jet. We'll see, Depot. I always called him Jet. We'll see. I'll put it this way: I'm going to reach out to him. I'm going to. I'll confess. I'm going to reach out to Jay. I can't promise he's gonna say yes, but I'm gonna reach out to him.
You are reaching full hand.
I'm going full reach around for Jay. Full reach around.
Nice.
Yeah, so maybe he might like it if I go full reach around rather than a half step.
Be a
So
proper
Pablo,
gentleman.
thank you, sir. Casser, plug your plug on the way out.
Well, of course, you find me over on Ironcaster, where I talk about big robots and kind of some other stuff I'm feeling like. We do a little show on Monday nights called the Mech Pit Chat, where we do all that. And apparently, I have to introduce you to some Gundam, Nick, including the greatest Gundam of all time that I think Pablo would also appreciate, Mr. Tequila Gundam. Okay, so long story short, G Gundam was basically a martial arts anime chasing a trend in which all the Gundams are just giant racial stereotypes of the nations themselves. Russia has a Gundam that is piloted by a prisoner with a bomb strapped to his chest. The French Gundam is a knight who is surrounded by roses. China's is like some Shaolin martial artist kid, and of course Mexico gets a freaking sombrero wielding dude whose name is who's piloted by a guy named Chico Rodriguez. If there was never a Mexican enough name.
Dude, the worst part is that now we have an official explanation why that Gundam exists and why all the other Gundam versions exist. In Cukes, at the end, it ends up that every version of Gundam is just another dream trying to save certain character.
Mm-hmm. It's like, we didn't need to explain all this away, but
it worked.
Yes, so this year was also the 30th anniversary, but I am getting off track here. Yes. Suffice to say, my show, my channel, talk about big robots. Maybe I'll talk about some tabletop role-playing games. Because holy shit, Wizards of the Coast, what are you doing?
Uh-oh.
Well,
I was at the Puerto Rican family part earlier. They were so knee-deep in some Magic the Gathering that I understand it. I'm like, uh-oh. If they're so emotionally invested, what's going to happen if shit infects their corner?
Dude, the issue is that right now, Final Fantasy is pricey as fuck. Then they had Age of Eternities, that is a good set, but it was a month after Final Fantasy. And no, we haven't finished with Age of Eternities. They already spoiled everything on Spider-Man, and they are spoiling everything on Avatar. Those sets came month to month.
Suffice to say, the long story short, the bigger issue I see is that the game of Magic there has largely become just a giant IP farm. It's basically getting Fortnited.
Yep.
where you could have like Deadpool and Patrick Star on your deck at the same time.
Fornicated? I'm thinking about a joke with Fortnite.
And long story short, I see a similar thing going the same way for Magic. I mean, we've already had Rick and Morty and Stranger Things getting licensed in. I think they're basically trying to set the stage to turn it into a licensed farm to turn D&D into $1 billion brand, because people are gonna come buy the Spider-Man set.
Well, if they still have money after the past 3 months of 3 sets.
But no, I'm talking about the D&D side.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are coming with that too, man.
Mm-hmm.
Caster, are you gonna be on Snow Dubs tonight with your puppet?
Oh yes. Well, I won't be, but my roommate Charlie B will be, and he's gonna be sure excited to be on there. Oh yeah, well, we're gonna try and show up. Don't worry, guys.
Okay. Sweet. Well, hey, Caster, it's great to have you on. The future of this show is great. Transformers kicked ass. And I'm glad we can drink to great comics and be in a point where we're enjoying more comics now than we were 4 or 5 years ago. What a relief. Thank you for being here, sir. I hope your puppet has fun on Snow Dub. I can't wait to we'll be in touch throughout the week. It's gonna be great. All right. Thank you, sir, for being here. I hope you have a magical evening. Depot 101 for $5 Rumble Rant says, thank you for the show. R.I.P. Clobby. On to Transformers number 24. Then we recap Void Rivals. Ooh, that's something to consider. TMNT is in theaters this weekend. If you can go, let's go. I'm going to try to go with my children tomorrow. I'm going to try to see if I can get a screen that's comparable to my timing. If I can, because my kids actually really like that movie.
You're
So
getting the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie?
Yes.
There's a re-release on the US?
Yes, there is. And Emperor Goodwin in the chat says, rest in peace. I had no idea you were here, but Emperor Ming here. He says, rest in peace, Clobby. Thank you for being here. I had no idea you were here, sir, but thank you for your service. And then Deepo! Get the subscription to the Great John Door on Rumble. Thank you, Deepo. You know, you get a clip for that. So, ooh. Well, you know what? We'll give you a few clips for that one, okay?
You have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man.
That time, I heard you coming.
Thank you, Deeple. All right, chat. We're getting out of here. Okay, this is the end of the show. Thank you for supporting Clobby's Comic Shop. Go enjoy Snow Dub or Flashcast or whatever. All right. We appreciate you. I hope to see you, a lot of you next week for the Horseman #1 or for Toxic Tuesday talking Charles Bronson's The Mechanic. Goodbye. Good fight. Good night.
I smell horse shit. It's horrible, but I can smell it.